Welcome to another podcast episode of Don't Worry About the Government. I'm Roni Weiss. Over there are the bad Democrats. Hello.
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 We're
the ones who Romney can't work with.
We're in the corner.
He only works with good Republicans and good Democrats in his good little worldview. Chris and Tiffany, hello. What did you guys make of this thing?
Foreign policy is really easy when everyone's your friend. So what you need to do is just go around the world, make friends with everyone, and then it's easy.
And then they'll tell you, that's the best part of any hypothetical, when you could just go, that'd never happen.
That's my favorite Romney move is
What do you mean? He'd be calling me up. My bro, Benji, would call me and be like, hey, what's up? Yeah, we're going to go bomb him, yo. It's a ridiculous move, but whatever.
And he did this with Candy Crowley in the last debate when she was like, hey, what if the numbers don't add up? What if you're still running a deficit? He's like,
They will. I've been in business for 25 years.
They do.
You kidding me?
Yeah. So, was this debate in any way surprising to the two of you? Chris?
I didn't realize they were going to be sitting down. That actually surprised me initially. And my initial reaction to them sitting down was that gave Mitt Romney a little bit of an advantage because I think Romney standing, moving around, all that stuff, he's a little too gestury and stuff like that. And I think the sitting down kind of helps him calm down and settle down. But then Mitt Romney also went and agreed with everything Obama said, which also surprised me. There's not a lot of differences in their foreign policy. We knew this going into it. It's very surprising to see a challenger candidate go, I agree with the incumbent. I agree with you.
But and without parsing it too, because at other points he said it without saying it. He said it with saying it this time in a way that he hasn't before. Tiffany, what surprised you?
Honestly, the only thing that surprised me is that there was a list of topics I thought would be addressed, and none of them were really.
So what did you want to see brought up that wasn't brought up?
Immigration I thought would have been interesting. More detail about our trade, not just this hypothetical China, because I just thought it'd be more detailed than that. We had a whole list. The Euro crisis.
Yeah,
Europe didn't come up at all.
Not appearing at all in this foreign policy debate.
Europe came up in foreign policy as much as Antarctica came up in foreign policy.
And Australia.
That seems like a really big deal. They're our biggest trading partner.
We left out two continents in this debate. We didn't talk about Australia. We didn't talk about Antarctica.
We did mention that since Latin America is on the same time zone as us, we should be trading with them a lot.
It's easier.
Yeah.
It's easy. Never mind that we're on the same land mass. It's the time zones that make it easier.
Because we're not dealing with multinationals and consulates and other elements and people who just stay up in the middle of the night. It's just ridiculous to me.
And we don't have
that could never happen.
Digital capabilities and text messages and
dealing with
that
things
could
the
never
next
happen.
day.
Never happen. Would never happen.
Yeah, that's not why we have all that.
Not possible.
Okay, I gotta say,
I learned from the debate tonight.
When Romney started off with talking about the charity dinner and made a point of, well, we were deliberately funny, and maybe tonight we'll do things that are not deliberately funny. I thought that was going to be the dumbest thing, or one of the more dumb things he said over the course of the night. I almost forgot about it. So
yeah,
I did forget about it.
That got past me.
So what do you take as the dumb Romney things? And to be fair, if there were dumb Obama things as well.
Sure. The dumbest things you know what really bothered me? This whole thing about Syria and how it's a humanitarian crisis and it's also a tremendous opportunity for us. That really, I don't know if it was dumb.
The sort of thing of
the
it?
idea of putting in a council there, of us arranging a council to be in charge, sounded very much like Iraq.
It's very Rahm Emanuel too. This whole never let an opportunity or never let a crisis go to waste. I hate that tone.
I just couldn't deal with his simplistic worldview. I mean, as your title suggests. I mean, literally, Romney kept using terms like good and bad and friendly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just the second grade, not even to kindergarten or preschool level vocabulary that he was using. I mean, it was beyond just a simplistic worldview. it was beyond anything I've seen in terms of simplicity when it comes to talking about issues.
Good guys, bad folks.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing that I thought was most bizarre is he gets asked, what do you think the biggest threat in the world is right now? And he goes, a nuclear-armed Iran, and then proceeds to bring up Pakistan and how they have 100 nuclear warheads. Dude.
I thought he did Pakistan fairly well. I thought that was his strongest part of the whole debate, honestly.
I actually thought he did all right with that. I just think that he didn't need to bring it up because it sort of undermines the whole Iran's the biggest threat in the world when you actually remind everyone that Pakistan has nuclear weapons. They are looking to get more nuclear weapons. And there's sort of this little dance around like
they're an official ally.
They're an official ally. Yeah.
Did you guys know that they reported that drones are being used in drone strikes? I mean, that was shocking to me.
I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be classified.
Well, I don't know what the hell he was going for, but I mean, no distinction there. That was amazing too. It's like, Obama, not even going to ask you this. We know what you want to do with drones. You're doing it. So I'm just going to ask the other guy. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to do the same thing.
Hey, at least drones finally got mentioned.
I also liked when Romney said, Ahmadinejad said that we are going into debt, and that really scares me. So, like, anytime anyone around the world says something bad about America, like, Romney trembles in fear. Like, if Castro was like, look at what the Americans are doing with their foreign policy. They're going bankrupt. Mitt Romney quaking his boots. It's weird.
I've never liked the argument that everybody's watching, and when he doesn't visit Israel, people go, ha-ha, now there's an opportunity for us, and we're going to be sneaky because Obama doesn't care about Israel. It's always seemed so disingenuous to me.
Well, they are in a different time zone. You have to go there personally.
It's hard to go there because of time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sort of is, though. That actually is true. It does take a while.
That's true. But, okay, here's another one, though. I mean, Tiffany was on this. This is the 4 more years closer to Iran having a bomb. How do you go after Obama for this and not indict Bush on bringing us 8 years closer to the bomb?
You can't measure this in years. It's a stupid statement. It means absolutely nothing.
And then the other idea of... What is it, that we're going to be deficit neutral in 8 to 10 years is his plan? Was that what it was? Like,
yes.
He won't even be president anymore. He can't even guarantee that. Anytime you make a plan and it extends beyond 8 years and you're a new president, you may as well not say anything.
I hate 10-year
tell
plans.
Bush that. How long have we had the Bush tax cut?
Tell Obama that, too. Obama does the 10-year plan. The 10-year plan is bullshit.
Right.
The 10-year plan is bullshit.
It's really hard to take things away from people. That's why we still Bush tax cuts.
Well,
so maybe you can actually guarantee.
The thing that Obama said that bothered me the most, and really bothered me to the point that I was cursing on Twitter, was when he said that America is the only indispensable country in the world. I mean, that is the biggest bullshit statement. Like, what does that even mean?
I mean, what does that mean? He was going for a different word. It's such a weird...
What would be the other word? What would be the other word?
I don't think so. I think that was the word he was looking for.
That doesn't make sense, but...
No,
I think it does make sense in that we are vital. It was almost what Romney was saying. That we have this inherent God-given duty to make things wonderful in this planet.
And a singular ability to do so, that no country's even as close to us. However, we're at the same time weaker than ever, that, our military needs strengthening, but we're the only country on the planet that can do nation building and can bring democracy and spread around the world.
Everybody knows we need more horses and bayonets to make this military work.
That was awesome.
He had a lot of
really good lines, but we'll have to talk about that on the show this week. We got to leave it there. Anything quickly? One line from either of you?
Mitt Romney likes elections in the Middle East and doesn't like outcomes of the elections in the Middle East because it turns out the Middle East is Islamic.
Tiffany, quick.
That's what I wanted to say.
I really wish something more interesting would have been discussed that had to do with foreign policy.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily a foreign policy debate. We are Don't Worry About the Government. You can find us at don'tworry.tv. You can find us on Facebook, on Twitter. You can find the Bad Democrats, Chris Novarino and Tiffany on Twitter as well.
Vote them out.
Bye-bye, folks. See you where we see you.